Hello folks, Bill Vales here. This month we're going to talk about files and file information. What is a file? A file is a resource for storing information. You can think of a file like a container that holds something. In this case, the file or container holds information. If you are creating a Word document, the file is the Word document. If you are creating a spreadsheet, the file is the spreadsheet. Similarly, if you're creating a picture, the file is the picture. If you're creating an Adobe PDF document, the file is the Adobe PDF document. You can simply extend this explanation to various types of files. We spend a lot of time on our system dealing with files. After we create a file, we edit or change the file. We often move the file from one folder to another, or we email the file. One operation we probably spend the most time on is locating the file. Often, once we create a file, we have the most difficult time locating this. Actually, we wind up losing it. The application that is used for locating files, looking at files, moving files, and looking at file information is Windows Explorer. Be sure to not confuse Windows Explorer with Internet Explorer. You can access Windows Explorer from the Start button using Search or through the Accessories folder or from the taskbar. In my example here, I am accessing Windows Explorer from the taskbar. Note that the Windows Explorer icon is a set of manila folders. There are a number of features in Windows Explorer that you need to get familiar with. Open Windows Explorer by double-clicking the icon on the taskbar. In the view of Windows Explorer being displayed here, there are 4 window panes or window tiles being displayed. They're called either panes or tiles. In pane 1, there are folders. In the example being displayed, the folder in focus is the Tech Talk folder. Pane 2 are files. In this example, the files being displayed are those files that are in the Tech Talk folder. Pane 3 are file details. Now there's no details being displayed in this example since the focus is on a folder and not a file. Pane 4 is the library. The library name is Documents Library. Now you can customize the panes being displayed by going to the Organize menu item near the top of the Windows Explorer screen. It is important to understand how to customize the look of File Explorer. Often, if we are using someone else's computer or a computer at work, we are confronted with a different look that is sometimes baffling to us. Understanding how customizing works is important because it allows us to get the user interface or the look back to something that we recognize and that works for us. Let's take a look at some of the customization options. Click on Organize and then Layout. You can see for the layout on the screen that I'm using, I have the options of Menu, Details, Navigation, and Library checked. Now, I encourage you to play around with your layout to see what changes what. Before changing anything, make a note of the current attributes that you have set, and those are indicated by being checked. This will allow you to get back to where you started should you change something and you want to revert back to where you were. Now that we have the screen organized for our purposes, I want to call your attention to the File pane or File window pane. First, notice there are 4 fields in the File pane, and those fields are called the name, type, date modified, and date created. Now, these are fields that I have customized for display. Next, notice that each file name has an icon to the left of it indicating the type of file it is. We see that there are 2 images, 3 Word files, and you'll note the W. There's 1 Adobe file and a spreadsheet, and the spreadsheet files have an X that indicates Excel. In addition to the icon, there is a type field that states the file type, and you're going to want to get familiar with what the file types are for future tech talks. The fields I have selected for view are customized using the View menu option on the top of the screen. This is a topic for a future tech talk. With the following panes enabled, I want to call your attention to the Details pane near the bottom of the screen. I am now going to set my focus on the file Tech Talk Files March 2016. This is shown by appearing selected in gray. In addition to the information being stored in the file, each file has a lot of other information associated with the file. This information is being displayed in the Details pane at the bottom of the screen. Examples of some of this other information is the name of the document, file or document, the date the file was created, the date the file was last modified, the type of file it is, how large the file it is, and the author of the file. This additional information is called metadata. Metadata is information about the file as opposed to the information in the file. There is a lot more to say about files and File Explorer. In upcoming weeks, I am going to build on this information so you can master navigating through your files and folders. For now, I'd like you to experiment with the display of the various window panes, how to organize the panes, and how to interpret the information being displayed. That's it for this Tech Talk. Practice, 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 and we'll see you next month.